Major development in the long-running Justice Department investigation into Hunter Biden, the president's son. ABC News has learned that the younger Biden has reached a tentative deal with federal prosecutors to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax offenses and enter a diversion program in relation to a felony weapons charge. Today, we talked to Kentucky Senator Rand Paul about the developments.
I think people are concerned that there's 2 sets of justice in our country, that when you had an advisor to President Trump, Manafort, commit some tax infractions, not have the right paperwork for being a foreign agent, he got 20 years in prison. And it looks like the president's son, after years and years of not being charged at all, gets charges that are going to be dismissed without any kind of jail time. I think people think we should have the same set of justice whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. And I think people see it as 2 sets of standards here, that if you're President Biden's son, you're going to really not get any punishment.
Well, a lawyer for Hunter Biden says Biden believes it's important to take responsibility for his mistakes and that he looks forward to continuing his recovery from drug addiction and moving forward. Here's ABC's Justin Finch with more from Washington.
After a years-long investigation, Hunter Biden, President Joe Biden's sole surviving son, has reached a tentative agreement with the Justice Department. The deal calls for the younger Biden to plead guilty to misdemeanor tax offenses, and he's expected to reach an agreement with federal prosecutors on the felony charge of possessing a firearm as a drug user.
Sources close to Hunter Biden believe that this will end the more than 5-year investigation that has dogged Hunter and his father.
Investigators have been probing whether Hunter Biden paid adequate taxes on millions of dollars in income, including money he earned from overseas business dealings with China and Ukraine. In Ukraine, Hunter Biden served on the board of a natural gas firm from 2014 to 2019. While serving as vice president, Joe Biden was tasked by President Obama to oversee U.S. foreign policy in Ukraine. President Biden has said he's never spoken to his son about his foreign business dealings. In an interview with ABC News in 2019, Hunter Biden defended his private ventures, but acknowledged he didn't anticipate the political impact on his father's career.
I made a mistake in retrospect as it related to creating any perception that was wrong.
Although the criminal probe was led by David Weiss, a U.S. attorney appointed by former President Trump, that hasn't stopped Republican criticism.
If you are the president's leading political opponent, the DOJ tries to literally put you in jail and give you prison time. If you are the president's son, you get a sweetheart deal.
The White House responding with a statement saying the president and first lady love their son and support him as he continues to rebuild his life. The Trump campaign, though, also slamming that tentative agreement as a sweetheart deal. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.